This week I am at Waterworks in Midtown, and joining me is Don, the owner. Don, say hi.
Hello.
So tell me about Waterworks. When did it all get started and where?
Where? Well, we opened up in 1992, downtown Tallahassee. It was right between Park and College Avenue. Actually, the Metro Deli is there now.
Okay.
And it was a couple years after I had worked in a 50s bar called Studebaker's, and the Olive Garden is there now. So if there's older people in Tallahassee,
wow,
they may remember the 50s bar called Studebaker's, where bartenders and waitresses actually danced on the bar, and it was kind of ridiculous. Yes, we should still have that. It was very popular and quite a bit of fun, and everybody was very sad when it closed. Then after that, I went to Food Glorious Food, and then Old Town Cafe, and then in 1992 there was a hair salon that closed in that location, so I was able to ascertain some funds and then open up my first bar. I've been in the business since I was actually 14 years old. I was a bar back and busboy down in South Florida, so that's where I got my chops, per se.
You got quite the history.
Yes, yes.
South Florida's, I think, a good place to start.
Yes, it was a great place to start, and
Tell
back then, there were quite a few remnants of the themed bars, nightclubs, and restaurants and hotels down there from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. So that was actually a big influence on me, going to these places that had been there for years and still had maybe like one was like a Pirate Inn and the other one was in Miami Beach. The hotels were kind of, I guess, designed after Las Vegas. So you had the Thunderbird and the Desert Inn and the Stagecoach, and some had giant mermaid statues in front of it. So all this was very influential on me. And in Fort Lauderdale, there was Pier 66, where it's still there,
yeah,
and the rooftop would turn around and circulate, but I don't know if it does that anymore. But anyway, yeah, so those were the influences. And not only were the buildings and some of the businesses still open, but you know, in South Florida, there's quite a few old people down there, retirees, and I grew up next door to my grandparents, so not only did I have the pop culture of my history and my parents' history, but then my grandparents' and great-grandparents' history. So them talking about when they would go to Las Vegas to see Louis Prima or travel to baseball games and go to like Los Angeles and stuff, well, that was all a big part of my life. And then working when I was 14 years old at this Italian restaurant and lounge, and they had a blind Italian piano player in the lounge and a strolling Italian guitar player in the restaurant, and then it was a all-male staff, and the owner was from Italy, and he had a pre-arranged marriage with his wife working the espresso bar. It was really something like out of the movies. It was really kind of surreal. And then a few, celebrities would come in, and at that point they were kind of minor celebrities because they were big in the 50s and 60s, like Danny Kaye and Connie Francis, if anybody knows who those people are. So I really fell in love with the business. So when I had the opportunity to open up my own place, I was like, yeah, well, this is it. So it started off small downtown. Mm-hmm. It was a bit of a shoebox of a building.
And so if you didn't, nothing had changed from Metro Deli, like it wasn't bigger.
No, it's the same size. It's like 30 feet wide and 80 feet deep. So that was pretty much it. And when I say shoebox, that is pretty descriptive of it. And then in 2000, Kent's, that had been at this location for like over 30 years, had closed down. So I was walking by one day and I saw that there was a for rent sign out front. And I was like, well, maybe it's time to move to a bigger location because I like to cook. And I want to do more in the food aspect of it too, and there's a full kitchen here. So I moved here, and then when I saw some of the existing bar that was here already, it kind of fit into what my dream was, and that was to open up a Polynesian bar that was kind of like a throwback to the 50s and 60s style from back then. Yes, so that's what Waterworks has become when I moved here in 2000.
So for those, you all can't see past what, you know, here at the bar, but explain exactly what Waterworks is. When I first came here, it was my first date with this young man that I had been seeing for a while. We're not together now, but we were back then.
Yes.
Too much information, I know. But our first date was here, and I had never been here before, and I was like, so what is it exactly? He's like, it's kind of tiki. me. So I didn't know what to expect when I came in. I was like, this is kind of cool.
Right.
So explain, I guess, to our viewers who aren't familiar with it.
Right. Well, we don't advertise a lot, so we're kind of operate below the radar. But when people come in, sometimes they think they have found a hidden gem in Tallahassee. So it's my simple homage to the Mack, which is in Fort Lauderdale. It opened up in 1956, and the whole Polynesian. Well, you know, there's not like a real Polynesian bar because it's what veterans from World War II brought back with them from the South Pacific, and then they started opening up little tiny bars and hotel bars and such. So it's not like an Irish pub that kind of really exists in reality, because if you go to Hawaii, you know, there's make-up Polynesian bars, but you know, I don't think the Polynesians from the 600s were sitting around eating, you know, poi or whatever, and tiki drinks. Yes, exactly. So this is just kind of like comes out of the minds of the World War II veterans of the 50s and 60s that opened up like all these bars in California and even Ohio and Pennsylvania. So in Fort Lauderdale, there's the Mack, and I used to go there, and I thought, wow, well, this is kind of like what I like a lot: bamboo and thatch and umbrellas and drinks. Because when I was growing up, my parents would come back from the nightclubs in South Florida, and that's back when swizzle sticks were still very popular. Or they would bring back even tambourines from the Castaways, and every night at midnight it would be New Year's Eve at this one bar in Miami Beach called the Castaways. And yeah, so I still have a collection of the swizzle sticks and stuff, so I thought, well, I want to open up a Polynesian bar, have the tiki drinks that are made like Trader Vic style, and then have the umbrellas and mermaids and monkeys floating in them and stuff, and the big straws and the umbrellas. So that's what we do here. But we also, besides the tiki drinks, we're very big on, I mean, we're a bars, right? So we want to make sure that if we make a cocktail, we make it properly in the classic style. So, you know, the Sazerac, the Manhattan, Rob Roy's, all those kind of classic drinks from the 30s and 40s we try to recreate here. And sometimes we just go with a simple classic formula, and other times we embellish on some of the formulas and come up with some new cocktails as well. So if you come in here and order like an old-fashioned, then the bartender is going to know to reach for the muddler and reach for the bottle of bitters, and you're going to get a really well-made classic cocktail.
Awesome.
Yes.
But you also mentioned that you were really into cooking.
Yes.
So you also serve?
Yes, yes. We serve food until 1 o'clock during the weekdays and 1:15 on Fridays and Saturdays. And we have turkey sandwich. We don't cook with beef or pork. We cook with turkey, fish, and vegetarian fare. Hummus and falafel. The menu's eclectic, just like the clientele that comes in here. So we have eggplant sandwiches, turkey sandwiches, fish and chips. We have hummus and falafel. And now it's kind of worked out well is that we do a Sunday night brunch. So Sunday night, right. So if you like to go out and have fun on Saturday nights and you wake up maybe a little later in the afternoon and maybe miss the early morning brunches, then we open up at 7 p.m. and we serve our brunch from 7 o'clock until 1 o'clock in the morning.
And then so tell me about some of the other events that you have going on. I believe I did write a story on the prom night that was here.
Yes, yes.
There are other events that are
there
kind of
are.
like that.
Yes, yes. So we do prom once a year in May for adults, not for high school kids. We do a glam slam, which is a glam rock party where people get dolled up in, you know, a lot of boas and a lot of silver and a lot of poofy hair and stuff.
Lots of, I don't know what to call it. It's lots of glitter.
Exactly, yes, glitter. Yeah, so if you think of Ziggy Stardust in the early 70s, then you think of glam rock. So we do that actually in March. Yeah, it's fun. It's a good time. You see a lot of things you won't normally see, but that's what the glam rock movement was all about anyway. And now we actually, for a year anniversary coming up, we do a science salon on Thursday nights. So we have scientists that come in, and most of the time they're hands-on demonstrations, and now also we put a telescope out on the poop deck, which is the deck on the back of the building that's shaped like a boat. And we have a telescope set up there, and the president of the Astronomy Society comes in, and then we look at the celestial objects.
Well, that's nice though.
Yes, it's a great time. Oh, and we have live jazz now on Monday nights. And there's no cover, so it's a good time. The jazz is just incredible.
The first time I came, it was Thursday night.
Yes, we had to do Thursday night jazz. Yes.
It was gone for a little while.
Yes, we just we brought it back a couple months ago, and I couldn't be happier. It really is working out great. The students come in from FAMU and FSU, and they just like they swing in, they're smoking up there, man. It's great. The jazz music is just incredible. It's my night off, and I still choose to come in to listen to jazz. So.
That's a good sign.
Yes, yes.
When you're here, what, almost practically every day of the week?
I am here practically every day
and
of
you
the year,
choose to come in
and I still come
off?
in just to listen to jazz.
That's
Well, you have a
a good
martini
sign.
and you're listening to live jazz in front of you. I mean, that's
can't-
just,
yeah.
that's incredible.
It's a good feeling.
Yes,
It's a good
yes.
feeling. Well, of course, I'm going to bring you other events going on throughout the week. There are lots of things going on. On Wednesday, there's the Buzzed Coffee and Beer release at the Fermentation Lounge. We know that they've been brewing their own beer, and now they're going to be bringing coffees. So they're going to be releasing a APV recovery blend, and that'll be at 5 p.m. They're going to serve until they run out. Fashionably late, I have to say that my birthday is on Wednesday, and I will be there. Thank you. I'll be turning the big 25. Someone said that I was on the wrong side of 30, and I was like, that's not a good way to say it. I'm excited though. I'm excited. Every year is a blessing.
Yes, that's right.
So Fashionably Late is at Hotel Duval. It starts at 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. There will be free champagne for the ladies, and then you get to see me and say hi and take a picture, and I'll be excited to talk all of you. And you can check out my cute glittery shoes that I'm going to wear.
Oh, I'll be there.
I've been talking about these shoes all day.
Oh, okay.
Stop. So that's going on. Thursday, Knot House reopens for their regular tour hours. So if you're wanting to check out the Knot House, feel free to do that. Starting Thursday, they'll be back to their regular hours.
It's historic.
Friday is Railroad Square, First Friday. You can check out First Friday Gallery. What am I saying? It's First Fridays at Railroad Square,
yes.
But then they also have the First Friday Gallery Hop.
Right.
And they brought the trolleys back. It's $5. They stop at different locations around town. New Leaf Market, Lemoyne, 1020 Art Gallery. That's from 6 to 9 p.m. And again, it's $5 for the trolley, but it's free to like walk around Railroad Square Art Park, and I love it.
Yes, I like Railroad Square. Yes.
Oh, and to check out more about that, you can also read my column Thursday, on why I like Railroad Square Art Park. Longinu Parsons and Friends are performing at the Warehouse. Also on Friday from 9 p.m. to 12:30, the tickets are $10 for that. The food truck roundup will be at the All Saints Hop Yard at 9 p.m. And we can't forget that because school's back in session.
There it is.
The first 2 home games of the season are here. Of course, both FAMU and FSU are playing Saturday.
Oh, there's going to be traffic.
That means there's going to be a lot of traffic. But there'll be a Downtown Get Down and Florida State University's Friday night block party. The Downtown Get Downs is from 6 to 10. The block parties are from 5 to 10. Clayman Plaza is for the block party. Adam Street's for the Get Down. But pretty much people just go to one and they just travel between
they go all
both
over.
of them.
Yes, exactly.
Through the entire night. So you don't have to choose one. You
right.
can, they're like really, a block apart. If that, downtown.
Yeah,
so feel free to partake in that. And then, of course, the games, like I mentioned, FSU is playing at 3:30. FAMU is playing at 6 p.m. Should make for a good time. And if you don't want to go to the games, you can also check out the Sock Choppy Outdoor Art Market and Day of Music. That's from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. It happens every first Saturday at the Frog and Hummingbird Co. and Butterfields Roadhouse. So if you don't want to go to the games, you can also check out a nice day outside in our regional area.
No, go to Sock Choppy. It's worthwhile.
Yeah. And then also, if you have any energy left after after this weekend and this week, All Saints Cinema is showing The Last Mountain. It's a film by Bill Haney. I apologize if I messed up your last name. It's at 5 p.m. and then The Woodmans is at 3 p.m. I guess I should have said that the other way around. The Woodmans is at 3 p.m. and The Last Mountain is at 5 p.m. at All Saints Cinema, which is also right around the corner from Railroad Square.
Yes, it is.
And I believe that's all the time that I have this week. Thanks for joining me. See you. Check me out next week. Same time, different place, as always. Bye.